personality A used with friend group B, abort. Hey gamers, hello gamers. This is a hello to the gamers. This one's for the gamers. Yeah. Welcome to the game. What's up? Hey, hi everyone. Hi Snudgely. Damn, you're here early. I'm gonna try to run the ad as soon as I can. But even before it tells me that the ad is due to run. Because I want to get those 3 minutes of ads done before the message goes out so people actually stay here and don't get gifted an ad right away. And they really hate the idea of you running an ad within like the first couple of minutes of stream. Ad jail. Yeah, I'm sending you all the ad jail, just letting you all know. There's supposed to be one starting 2 minutes into stream, but I want to see if I can run it faster. Doesn't look like I can. Okay. You used to be able to run the ad like immediately. Yo, I can do it now. I'm sending you to hell. I think anger management is a good and healthy choice for you, Nodders. Thank you. I mean, what did you say about me? I don't need no stinking anger management. I'm by winning. Sorry. The perfect segue into Charlie Sheen. Because, like, didn't he try anger management? And by that I mean, didn't he try making a show that was called Anger Management after he was kicked off of 2.5 Men? We love him. Full bipolar representation. We all needed a little bit of that. Oh no, 30 seconds of ads, the horror. I'd look, if I could, maybe I just start a whole new channel. Maybe 2026 is the year I start a whole new channel so I don't get ads. But I have that channel connected to this channel, channel's alerts, so you, like, subscribe to this channel, not the other one. And I bypass having ads by not being technically an affiliate. You don't think it works like that? That's fair. I think that's also probably, like, illegal as well. Like, it probably goes against the affiliate contract, but also, you never know if you don't go. Okay, Asmon. Oh, wait, right, because he has, like, a second channel for, like, extra subs as well, doesn't he? I can't wait for now Quarantine Zone. We're not doing that. There's no chance that I'm going back to Quarantine Zone. That game was broken. My VTuber model didn't have enough CPU left over from the game to really work. And I was kind of like forgiving it. I was trying to do like all my motions slow so that it could translate. It was a lot to have to keep track of. I wasn't doing a good job of it the entire way. But like the last 30 minutes of that game really just made me like any good, like anything that it had that like I was like, okay, maybe this game has something, was immediately out the window the second they tried to make me follow footsteps around the damn map to discover who was writing poems with paint. Like, because needing to have my right, and focus on anger management. Focused on anger management. Anytime, like the fact that I had to follow footsteps, but the footsteps only show up when you have the flashlight out, and it's broad daylight. So like everyone in chat's saying, "Are you sure you have your flashlight on?" It's like, yes, I'm sure. It's just you can't tell because the sun is brighter than my flashlight. And then I don't know, the dead ends, like it not really being correct and it being like a maze of footsteps. So it's not actually just you following that. You have to pick up on the damn red herrings and whatever. Early access, yeah, it screams like these are so early access problems, but they couldn't release it as early access. I'm assuming because of their agreement with the publisher. So I don't know. I think the publisher's gonna end up coming down on them because Devolver doesn't like being associated with bad games. So, like, they might be forced into a situation where they have to call it early access, and maybe they'll have to, like, pay a fine or something. That it's something in their contractual agreement that means that they have to pay back all the money that Devolver put into it. Um, Crazy, you watched someone stream that a couple days ago and they didn't have those issues? Yeah, maybe they weren't a VTuber. But also, the game just straight up didn't run very well. Like, it ran on my computer. I didn't need to turn down, like, the graphics settings too much. I did it a little bit just to, like, be sure, but I think none of the graphic settings, it doesn't matter how low you'll get them. Like, the problem was that the game was poorly optimized. So if you run it on a beast of a machine, you're probably not gonna care about that. But, like, it's a poorly made game, and it's broken. Like, it's in early access, but, like, it doesn't say that it's early access. It's just Unreal Engine. It's just Unreal Engine. It's what you expect to see from, like, baby's first Unreal Engine game. And, like, this is, like, I guess a part of a, like, series or something? I don't know. It was very underwhelming, or in a sense, overwhelming, because all of the broken things were just way too broken. It doesn't make sense that it was this bad. But, like, no, it had good parts, but I think the fact is I played it for too long, and I got to a part where I had to, like, work out who was writing poems on the walls. Oh, yeah, could not care for Unreal Engine or Unity. All my homies use Godot. Yeah, I think it's Godot. That's how I hear people say Godot. Everyone says Godot, but I think it's Godot. That's the way I choose to think of it. Because it's their logo's the robot, the Godot robot. Wouldn't that make more sense? It has its own set of issues. Sorry. That's fair. But, like, Unreal Engine has been around for so long, and it's not good. It's just like the standard. It's like we've reached peak like, gaming engine. We refuse to move from here because we're like, does it get better? We'd have to learn new stuff, and, like, we refuse to learn new stuff, so we just use Unreal Engine still. Godot has frustrated me to hell and back since trying to learn it. That's fair. I refuse to learn computers. I think that rocks were never meant to think, personally. And I think that coding and programming is for nerds, and I'm not a nerd. I say I refuse to learn, but yeah, like, they refuse to learn. I also refuse to learn at all, which is fine. It's not even a refuse to learn. I don't have the capacity to do that. I can't believe you'd say that about Rock Smasher. Rock's great. Maybe he just wasn't meant to think. Hi, Bryn. Oh, streamer, I have a question. What's the question? I'm not a nerd, says the nerd. I don't know how to program. I don't have that skill. I don't have the capability of working out what programming is. Programming. I don't. That doesn't compute with the way my brain works. If you got play a simulation style game like all the ones you do, what would it be simulating? Like bookshop, supermarket, etc. I think I got asked this question the other day, and I just said, like, I don't think I could ever, like, put myself in one little category. Like, the point of all of these store simulators is they have their own, like, different spin on it. Or, like, the different hotel simulators or house flippers is, like, I like to see what's around. My sexual energy, exactly. I need to keep all my options open. For the purpose of development, what would it be? I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing, like, I genuinely don't care what I'm selling in any of these games. I just want to view the mechanics. I want to, like, just work out how it works. I don't like programming, but I like to work out how the game works and see how they decided to make this same game that I've played several hundred times now, you know? It's the same thing with roguelikes. Chore simulators are made for people who have such poor executive function that they can only perform their digital chores, not their real ones. Yeah, exactly. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't work in a store because I would you see me. I I need anger management. I need so much anger management. I need so much therapy to be able to work with like customers. I don't. I think I'd be a lost cause. I don't think there's a single chance that I would make a shopping experience like that people would enjoy. They'd be scared of me. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you want your customers to be scared of you, so like you tell them you're buying this. This is what you need. Try to fight me, because I that's kind of what the energy I'd bring. Uh, when's the farmer was replaced stream? Cool. I don't know what that means. I'm not half the joke's not landing because I don't know half of what y'all mean. Dreamer is 1 second away from violently assaulting a customer. At all times, I kind of am. If I get mad, you see me. I go off on a chatter. Sometimes it's been you. Y'all know. Y'all have been victims of it. You may be entitled to compensation. You're not. I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. Do I have to start changing the way I act because like there might be consequences? No, it's the children who are wrong. I would never want to change anything about me. I'm perfect. Yes, you have been victimized. Yeah. I think I need to stop watching streamers who are under 30. Y'all piss me off too much. Okay, do it. I'll email you when I'm over 30. Bye. No. Anger management. Anger management. Oh no. Please tell me how I can change. No, now I'm just a damn doormat or whatever. Walk all over me and something like that. Okay, before you leave, could you like take part in this survey, letting me know what exactly I did wrong and why you hate me? Why you hate me so much that you have to leave? And what I could change to make you feel more welcome here. Streamer is literally like 84. I read that in my head as 8'4", and I'm like, yeah, that's close. I'm like 8'3". Not really. I'm not that tall. I think the other day I mentioned that I was like 5'7", because like Simon was like 5'7", gang. Streamer's literally 6'7". Exactly. My eldest is 1 year younger than my mom was when she got pregnant with me. Well, sometimes what works for one person doesn't work for another person. I think we can all agree on that. Okay. Ooh. You're literally as old as you was when you got pregnant? Hell yeah. Everyone's talking about 6'7" and never about the Bible, which would get you in heaven. In heaven, in heaven. Why isn't it getting my other hand? Go away. In heaven, in heaven. Okay, why is my hand upside down on that side? Is there something wrong with my hand? Okay. What the hell's going wrong? So you're doing weird fingers? Yeah, I don't know. I noticed that. It feels a little better now. I don't know. I just kind of like knocked it around. You gotta beat up the technology to make it work for you. All right. Maybe let's just go into Bandle. Everyone's here for the Bandle. Let's get that over and done with so people can like leave right after. Ah, was that the right day? Yeah, the 20th. Oh, it's a very hard par 5. This is gonna suck for me. For a guy like me. For a guy like me. Hi. Didn't work? It does, okay. Hello? Am I being too silent? That's fair. I was just trying to get the Bandle up. Deleting your insane comment. It was good. I mean, it wasn't great, but, like, that's what made it good. We think before we put things on the internet. I guess you have to. Sorry, do you need me to delete one of the shorts I made, by the way? I guess I should have asked before I published it. Oof. Did I publish it? I don't know if I published it yet. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I think it was the one when we were playing, Jackbox, and something was mentioned about, uh, a certain character named Jimmy Neutron and a certain rule of the internet. I don't know if it's probably easier if that one just doesn't come out. If that one just gets deleted. No. 'Cause, like, I can. Like, I maybe, okay. I'll send you a link to it anyway, and then you can be like, "Yeah, that should probably just go." Jimmy Neutron is literally asexual. Yeah, exactly. There's, like, the whole episode where he reproduces asexually. Do not know what I'm talking about. We were playing Jackbox. You know, I'll just send it to you now. It's easier because otherwise I'll forget. Not just because he's a child, because he's physically incapable. Y'all are saying, look, it should not be surprising. I do be saying it a lot. I do be saying this type of nonsense. Ah, I really liked our last Jackbox session though. It was nice. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 1 bit. Britton, thank you for the 1 bit. Giving streamer 1 coin to name my gestating child. Oh god. You need me to name your child? Um, you know what's a good name for a popular name that's gonna be on the rise in 2026? According to me and only me, uh, Giuseppe. Giuseppe's like a great name for a newborn. Putting that one out there. I think y'all are gonna be surprised. Giuseppe it is. Yes, yes. Uh, Mike really said that this game got too uncomfortable too fast. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna send it directly to you. Everyone else can like find it if they want. Uh, well, yeah, you're not too far down my list. I'm just sending it directly to you, Simon. I didn't put it in the thumbnail or nothing, but uh, uh, you know, they were each relevant to each other, so I felt like, yeah. Streamers uncharacteristically quiet for 15 seconds. Are they okay? Shout out to Giuseppe's out there. Yeah, Giuseppe, if you're watching this, miss you, babe. Sorry. Um. All right, now let's just get that one out, and then we'll just start the Bandle now that I've done my chores. I wonder what this one's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be hard for me, but 1.2 billion on in a 1990, like, there's not a lot of time to for it to like. I don't think YouTube was out in 1990. You're gonna have to like check with someone who knows. But like, I feel like it was more like a 1995. You 100% blocked that one out. If that should be gone, then like, eh. Do you, if you need it gone, I can get rid of it. It doesn't look like you're saying that it's good or nothing, but you don't know if it needs to go. Well, we'll just play it by ear, I guess. Anyway, let's do the Bandle. You think I'm crazy for publishing it? Yeah. Maybe I just don't realize how bad publishing it is because I'm normal. uh and like the funny part is like the absurdity of it just showing up and then immediately taking it off the screen, I guess. And then everyone beating up Mike for even mentioning it. I mean, it's a really good. It combos. I don't want to say well, but I want to say well. It combos really well with the current job probably. Jeffrey's so uncomfortable, rightfully so, beating up Mike, and I think that's the best part of like anyone's day is being able to beat up Mike. You know. Sorry, I'm moving this because I don't think that's going to be there today. I didn't get what this was, but I wasn't thinking about it, but I still think I gotta skip. Oh. I don't think this is what I thought it was for a second. Black hole sun, lock it in. I need to give it one more go here. I know this song, but I don't. It's one of those songs that like I only know in passing, but I feel like I do know it. I don't know the words, but I know the parts. I know some of it. Na 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 na. I don't know. I don't think I'll get it off of that. I don't know the name of. I don't think I'm gonna know the name of this song. But I do. I've heard this one on the radio. Children of tomorrow. Is that the words? I don't know the name of this song. And I'm scared that I'm like just doing the wrong song because maybe everything in 1990 sounded the same. Oh god, this is the embarrassing side of Bandle when I don't get it in one and I have to go, do I know this song? Skipping ahead, I don't know. I just don't know the song. It sounds I feel like I know this. I feel like I've heard this song. I feel like I don't know anything about it. I think it's like just one of those songs that millennials and Gen Xers love, but maybe not millennials. Gen Xers definitely, but like maybe older millennials know it. But this is definitely giving Gen X. Like it's still in that era of like we were transitioning from like 80s rock to whatever this is, and we still had like the big hair. We like I'm almost picturing like an Axl Rose or a John Bon Jovi, but I know it's not them. Had never heard of this. Maybe it's just an Australian special. Who knows? Or maybe a British one. I'm gonna skip again. I'm gonna need the clue. Like, there's no way. Like, even if I can confirm that it's the words. I mean, I know it clearly. Oh, wait. The end is the title. I feel like that's gonna be the title, but I don't know the words. I need to think. Sorry, I'm just out here like grabbing my head, going like, "There's how do I unlock my memory? I need to like go into my own mind, and because I don't know this song, but like it's in a memory." I feel like this is one of those songs that I was listening to in the car, just in the back seat as a child, while the radio's on. Something about trains? No? No, it doesn't sound right. I'm sorry, this is taking way too long. Is it called, Winds of Change? Scorpions? It probably is that, isn't it? Oh my god. It was in there. I just had to like think about it. I don't know the song. It's in a memory. I mean, I'll give it par. I'll give it par. I needed the vocals to be there. Streamer knows songs. I don't know this one very well. As I said, this is just one of those songs that was on the radio at the time, in the 2000s. The only song theirs is "Rock You Like a Hurricane." Rock you like a hurricane. Yeah, I guess that's them, huh? I don't know the Scorpions very well, but they you know what? Another big-haired 80s band. That they're right in there with Poison for me. They go 'cause Scorpion and Poison go together, right? Did play that on Guitar Hero. Okay, fair. What are the Poison songs on Guitar Hero then? I don't remember. Was Maybe you should stream Guitar Hero after Trauma Center. I will be there. That's a great idea. I don't know how that works. I don't think it needs to be legal, obviously, because like no one's gonna like kill your stream just because you're playing Guitar Hero. But that does sound like fun. Guitar Hero co-op stream. Who you gonna get? Who you gonna get in? You gotta invite someone over to co-op Guitar Hero. That's good. How would you do that? I feel like you have to have like a face cam or something for that. If you had like a guest and you were playing Guitar Hero, that would go crazy though. That would go so hard. Um, there's some bonus rounds. I don't think I'm gonna get into any of this. Winds of Change. Oh, and then it starts at the Winds of Change, and then it ends at the Winds of Change in the chorus. Right, okay. I feel like it's Whispers makes the most sense. I feel like I remember Whispers, but none of these look good. Okay, well, Blows Straight into the Face of Time is actually maybe the worst line that was there. Not to be rude, but like... Oh, so there's no one with big hair. So the image that I was getting was purely, like, fake, I guess. I'm glad that we have, like, one representative of AC/DC here. Like, the whole band didn't wanna show up to take ownership or nothing, but, like, we got we got one. It's gotta be, like, between y'all, obviously. But, like, oh my god, it's not y'all. That's damn Joey Fatone right there. It's gotta be you guys then. That's crazy. That's in sync now. That's not. No, that can't be true. That's not right. Ah, it's a little bit bigger for you on screen because I have like the zoom in, but that's that's great. No, actually, yeah, that's what was the Bandle? It was Scorpions, Winds of Change. Hi, Carissa. I'm glad that I went for the bonus round because we wouldn't have seen. And it took me so long to realize that's Joey. That's Joey Fatone right here. Congratulations on his marriage, his recent marriage. Uh, Congratulations to the happy couple. Class just ended. Time to go to the library like a nerd. We've all been there. It's so funny to see NSYNC out there without is that I feel like that is because that's what's your name? I feel like that's JC, but maybe I'm just attributing that to someone. Maybe this was like another group that Joey was in, but I just don't know it. Anyway, that's Jesus Christ right there. Was he also named Justin? And that's what I don't remember what JC stands for actually. You truly did not know that Joey Fatone was a real person for the longest time. That's him. I'm sorry. It's just so funny to see him out in the wild in in a Vandal, nonetheless. Because like I knew that the Scorpions were like a group of more than well, obviously they're not AC/DC either, so like it rules these two out, and then I was like, it's gotta be one of y'all, and then I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, that's Joey Fatone. Crazy. So it's these guys. They do kind of. Some of them still have energy of like they might have had big hair back in the day, but this must be a more recent photo. I feel like it's unfair to use a recent photo instead of just like a photo of around when it was, because like it makes it harder. But I guess we get the correct answer. It doesn't matter. Oh, the front person. I got no idea. James Hetfield. I don't know. Close. Not really close. Uh, I would have gone with US for this one as well because I don't know anything about them, but it's not here, and their name is Klaus. So, oh, it could be like pretty much any of these, huh? I'm gonna go with Germany. They feel like more German. Yeah, I feel like that kind of electronic music, late '80s, early '90s was more indicative of like the German sound, but I don't know. They're kind of very close. They're basically Europe's basically the size of the United States as it is, so it's unfair. It's like asking like which state is this person born in if like they're a U.S. Musician. In fact, that might actually be a better question because like half the time it is just like the U.S. So like if they did states, it might actually make it a bit more fair on that. Like it's either they have to go with all of Europe is an answer for this, or individual states for the US. Even watching Danny's stream, I was like, what a specific name. I think that's like part of the joke that he has, is that like at first glance you're not gonna know who Joey Fatone is, but like eventually like the realization's gonna set in. Because like not everyone remembers every member of every band. And like Joey Fatone is only like maybe the third most famous guy out of them. Second or third, for me it's easy for me to know Joey Fatone more than like um what's his name? JC Chase or whatever his name is. But I feel like he was pretty popular too. But obviously you got Justin Timberlake. So I'm not sure. I don't really have an objective opinion here on if he's like the second or third, because to me, I know him like second best at this point. You know Joey Fatone through Mythos alone. Fair, fair. What change inspired the song and its title? The wind changed, I guess. Dramatic change. Okay. I probably assume it's the collapse of the communist bloc, considering we've already established that this is Germany in 1990. Bro, I felt so bad. I made him say his Twitch handle at open mic one time because I was trying to be supportive as a friend. That's so funny though. He has to go like, "Hi, yes, my Twitch handle is Joey Fatone," and everyone else has to know to get the joke. But it doesn't it doesn't look poorly about you. It's on him. That's great. I think that's really funny that you not knowing put him in an uncomfortable situation. I will always find it funny that my friends are in uncomfortable situations when they are like that. Uh yeah. Which other song was released in 1990? Yo, you think it's Panic at the Disco? I think it's Guns N' Roses Knocking on Heaven's Door. I think that version did come out in 1990. And I already said they got the same look. Listen, you're just ignorant. It's fine. You don't have to know every member of NSYNC. No one has to. Like, I can name 3 off the top of my head, and if I had to, like, really think, I might be able to get more. And, like, I'm just, like, a freak when it comes to remembering names, and even I'm not, like, there throwing out all 5, 6, if you count the one that they got rid of in exchange for JC, because they they were like, you're not cutting it. All right, sins, not tragedies. Kind of feels like it's pushing 36, girl. It's pushing 26, if anything. Because it's like a 2005 special, which isn't 26. That'd be 21. But it's closer to 26. Is my point. Yeah, I think it's a 2005. So it is closer to 26 than 36, but it's still like that's still another 5 years out. It's like, do you want to be 5 years wrong or do you want to be 15 years wrong? And I'll take the 5 years wrong. I don't want to assume an age to be 15 years older than they are. I guess that'd be really difficult at my age. Um, in which album was this song released for the first time? Oh, I don't know. Crazy World sounds like it'd be right. Winds of Change, like it could be Winds of Change, Winds of Change. I don't think it'd be a self-titled album for the band. I feel like Crazy World makes sense considering the last question we got about like the fall of the Berlin Wall, basically. Gonna be your first time at this library. I actually really like going to a new library. I really should go to a library, even though I've been to one before. The same, like, if I shouldn't just go to new ones every single time, and I don't. But, like, it's hard for me to leave the house. But I do love going to a library. I don't know what it is. There's, like, a vibe. Like, people are quiet. I can yell as loud as I want. No, and no, I can't yell as loud as I want. But, like, I don't. I think I don't scream as loud as I do on stream, like, in real life. I mean, sometimes I do, but, like, I know that there's a time and place for it. They got that Professor Oak quote in my head or whatever. Like, every now and then when I go to scream in the library, like, Professor Oak goes, uh, "Remember, there's a time and a place for everything." The Pokemon reference was really necessary right now. Let's move on. Uh, song has a perceived BPM of 76. I don't know, girl. I think it might be Wanted Dead or Alive. It's funny if the two answers were uh what are they called? Guns N' Roses and Bon Jovi when I literally compared them to uh Axl Rose and John Bon Jovi. Yeah, it's that. This is why I feel like the world is a simulation and none of you are real and I'm the only real guy because stuff like this happens. I'll say bands or something and then they'll just show up in the Bandle quiz. We're all psychic. Yeah. No, I know it's just like it's confirmation bias, but like I feel like I get confirmation bias more than other people. Perception is reality. Exactly. I'm the guy with the blue contact lenses, like the really light blue contact lenses or whatever. One of the Seattle libraries has music practice rooms. That's actually really cool. I wish we had that kind of thing here. But then again, I don't look outside, so I wouldn't know. Streamer confirmation bias. Their confirmation bias, yeah. Yeah, you got the joke. I'm glad that someone picked up on it. The cat is alive and dead until the quantum waveform collapses. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about no Schrodinger. Y'all think I'm a Schrodinger enjoyer? Hey, surprise! By the way, it's the accurate Omegaverse quiz 100% guarantee. It's the accurate Omegaverse quiz 100% guarantee. You're a loner alpha. I think I'm a loner alpha as well. I'm gonna be real. I think I hit loner alpha energy. I need this to be like a little, maybe we'll just that kind of works. I feel like I don't want that on this side. I think we'll put it on this side for now because there's really nothing that it'd be covering. Let's just put it here or something for now. Did a whole monologue in German as Schrodinger. Who is a pedophile? Okay. I got the Schrodinger allegations coming out. Uh, whoa. Some of them I think you can pick multiple answers. Also, did this at the bar, by the way. I mean, that's the perfect place to do it. If we're not doing it on stream. So this is a beautiful library. I'm happy. I think it's really hard for a library to not be beautiful, but I guess I just don't be seeing some bad libraries. You grow multiple 13-year-old girls. 13-year-old girls. That's a fun one to learn. Yikes. Okay. Let's take a look at some of this. I might need to make it a little smaller because you can't see the bottom option. No options for bottoms. I feel like I need to move this a little bit. Okay. I think I just need to like do it like this, maybe. I think that'll do it. Something like that feels good. Just trying to do character work for this. Yeah, theory piece on quantum physics. Funny the things that you can learn about people by like looking into them. I guess. All right, let's Omegaverse quiz. 100% guarantee. We're starting her up. Who up Omegaverse? What is my ideal partner? That's a difficult question. We're already getting to the difficult ones, huh? I did say that I was gonna do this yesterday. On but in the chat when I was talking about it when everyone in Shelby's stream was doing it, and then I just played. Was it not Outbreak? Quarantine Zone or whatever all day, and I didn't get to this. So my ideal partner has to be submissive. No, my ideal, I don't know. I guess I like an independent partner. I like to feel like my partner can like get along without me. I mean, I'd help. I always like to think I'd help if I need them, but like I don't want someone who's like completely dependent. I like to know that they'll survive without me when I'm gone, I guess. My ideal partner needs to be Rouge the Bat, but she's as wide as she is tall. What a pull. What a pull. I like I don't think they need to be anything else but independent, really, out of all the things here, so we'll just go with independent. My ideal partner is built like Big the Cat. Stop calling me out! Stop it! You know us furries, all we want to do is Big the Cat. Anyway, where would you go for a first date? Nighttime hike sounds okay, but like first date though is probably like you don't go to anyone's house specifically for the first date. You want to go on neutral grounds. That is unfortunately another food house line. Oh. I want Big the Cat, but he's mentally competent. That's fair. That means you want independent, like me. I really don't know. Grinder has other things to say. Having sex, meeting for sex is not a first date. Normalize not calling that a first date. That's just. What is it? I don't know what it's called. I want to say cruising, but cruising is when it's not at your house either. Normalize that not being considered a first date. That maybe you can call that your meet cute if you decide to date later, but like it's not a first date. I know it's not cruising, but I don't know the word for like hook. Yeah, I guess hook up. I'm thinking of a specific word. I think, and it's not that. I know what cruising is because cruising is what you do at the Home Depot and you get your mother to drive you. You get your mother to drive you to the Home Depot. Like, Mom, can we go to Home Depot? Just drop me off. No! No, you're not going cruising again. No, but I'm not. Mom! No, you're not cruising. You're not going to Home Depot. You can't do this. But Mom, I'm not cruising again. But Mom, he do be sounding like that. Y'all seen that? That's such a good video. Legendary reference, actually, or just quote, I suppose. Yeah. Look, it's just it's so funny the way he just like. The way that he just asks and like starts getting ready and asking like, "Hey, can we go out to Home Depot?" And like she already clocked it. She's like, "I know what you're doing at Home Depot." So good, so good. Anyway, we still haven't worked out where I'm going for a first date. I guess Home Depot. It's so fun. It's really good. Movies and dinner just seems right, you know? Like, you go I mean, obviously, you have to go to dinner first if it's a first date. Because you don't wanna sit next to someone in the movie theater and not know anything about them and then get to dinner. But I could see, like, a second or a third date being, like, you do the movie first and then you talk about it over dinner, but you need to get to know someone first. I feel like maybe the first date is just the dinner without the movies, maybe. I don't see clubbing as a good way to do it, like, personally, at least. I think it's I think movies and dinner, maybe even bowling. Can we do 2? No, let's just do movies and dinner. You said movies and dinner, but their house or bowling is more me. I don't really go bowling. The last time I went to a bowling alley was 10 years ago, and I didn't bowl. And then before then, I can't even tell you the last time I went to a bowling alley. If clubbing was drinks at the bar, maybe. I guess it depends. What, like if it's a dive bar, whatever the kind of bar it is, like a club. It's like clubs and bars are kind of like a spectrum. So you went bowling was June. Well, the fact that you could just say like a month means that you're probably more you going more often than I am, at least. The dive rocket launcher, exactly. Oh no, it is the dive rocket launcher. Take action regarding that individual. Relax, I'll handle it. I am the angry pumpkin. The architect and the builder. They arrive at their escalator. They arrive calmly at their escalator with a sense of purpose. The head is soaring! Y'all remember that one? That was a good one too. I'm just out here doing the Omegaverse quiz while, like, quoting TikToks. I really am, like, the pinnacle of Gen Z right now. I literally lived with my partner and his wife for almost a month and a half before anything happened. Right, but, like, they weren't your partner until, like, after you got there, right? I don't know, maybe I'm prying, I don't mean to pry. When you start living with a married couple and then you become their third, that's kinda like a power move, honestly. I do be inserting myself into already established relationships. Sorry. Just bringing that one back from Shelby's stream when I was saying it, during Date Everything. You're doing a Kahoot. Oh my god, we know what a Kahoot is. This is gonna go great. You're doing a Kahoot with a group and your partner. Do you let them win? Why would I let them win? I feel like that. Look, if it was a child, not my partner, completely separate. Not Schrodinger out here. But like you let a child win a game. You don't let your partner win a game unless like they really need a win. This was hitting way too close to home for me at the time I was taking it. You were doing a Kahoot, right? That makes sense. Well, whatever the equivalent was on like Carafun or whatever. All right. Group and your partner, do you let them win? So like this is like a group where only one person can win. I'm an idiot, they'd win anyway. Probably that actually. I'll kick their ass into next Tuesday. I think just a no, straight up. I don't let them win unless there's other factors, like they really need the win or something. Even then, I probably just like try. I don't. I think like I think it's kind of like unfair to say that my partner can't win on their own merit. You know? I don't know. I don't lose, hence the Stefan free shots and $25 bar tab. Exactly. You win, and then you buy them something from the bar. And then that's like a power move. And then, like, you're basically engaged already at that point. Not a third in the relationship, lol. maybe eventually. His wife and I are just great friends. Sorry, I don't mean I'm kinda just kinda I'm playing with your relationship here by simplifying it, which is not really fair because, like, you have, like, a whole dynamic going on there, and I don't know everything about it. But thank you for correcting me. A skill issue if they can't win on their own. I chose the option that was you're going down. I mean, that's fair. I don't see if I think I'm a loner alpha. Sorry, I just feel like when there's not more to say about it, I'm not gonna say extra. Like, I mean, out of all these things, is like, do I need to explain why I'm saying no? I just say no. Okay, you ask someone out on a date, do you pay? I mean, if I'm asking, then I'd probably pay. Even if they're asking, I'd probably offer to pay. But like, I'm not gonna be like they're not allowed to pay. Like, if they really want to pay, we'll have like a little bit of a chat about like why exactly they feel like that, and I'll say like, I asked you out on the date. I want to pay because I feel like that's how that works for me. You only go on free dates? I get you. So I feel like I'm usually the guy paying on a date because I like to do it. So like, of course, like if I've asked them out, then it's definitely an of course. Like that's 100% on me to pay for if I ask them out. If they ask, I'll go with like that could be a 50-50. I'll offer to help, and if they say yes, I'll pay my share, and then we'll never see each other again. Not really. No, not actually. It's case by case. Like you need to know if there's a vibe. You can't just tell if the vibe is off just because, just based on who's paying for the day. Like there's so much more that goes into it. On a teacher's budget, you will split. That's fair. I think that if you're not making enough money, you shouldn't be allowed to date. No, I don't know. I guess you have to take the rest of like the kind of like socioeconomic factors into the case here. But like the current like cultural zeitgeist is like the person who like at least in the socially acceptable etiquette would be that it's you are required to pay if you're asking, uh, or at least expected, not required. But you sort it out on your own case by case basis. Who has money to date anymore? No one. But who has money to rent an apartment on their own? So, we do what we can to survive. Uh, how do you spend your free time? Reading fan fiction? God no. Not to be rude, but like it's just like God no, I don't be doing that because I don't know where to start with all that. I barely read like fiction by like the author. Respectfully, no. Like I understand that people can enjoy it, but it's just like I've read some fan fiction in my life, not maybe an entire like fic or whatever they call it, but like I've seen stuff. Like you're on the internet, you see some stuff, but like I'm not much of a fanfic writer. I mean, reader. Not much of a fanfic writer either. What do I do in my free time? Read Umineko when they cry. I be I be anything artistic really is kind of like up there. Hands-on activities. I like to do that too, but I haven't had the money to like really invest into that right now. Like I'd be making stuff if I could. Cooking, I hate cooking. I gotta be honest. If you go on a date with me, just know I ain't be doing the cooking. I hate cooking. Like it's such a chore, and I'm not good at it. And ugh, spreadsheet organization was not one of the options. Look, they're asking you what they're trying to work out what place you play in the Omegaverse. They're not asking if you're autistic or not. Like it's a different quiz. We can do a whole different quiz for that. Being active, hiking, swimming, sports. Not really, but I like the idea. Listening to music? No. I mean, I should. I've been meaning to ask people to, like, show me music so that I can do some, like I wanna, like, I put, like, new music in my ears when I'm going on my walks or whatever. But I just be listening to the same stuff all over again because I just wanna try some stuff. You're starting a CD collection, so maybe you'd be going for listening to music. You getting back into music? 2026 is the year of music. There really is a channel in your Discord. Yeah, I've been thinking about making one of those channels, and you made one, and I was like, "Nah, now I just look like I'm copying." But, like, I don't mean to look like I'm copying. I was also thinking, like, maybe I would just, like, steal your, like, suggestions that people give to you and listen to it and not and pretend that I'm not, you know? Either way, I get to see more music, so it doesn't matter. Do it all of it, that's fair. I don't know, I don't think any of these are the things I do in my free time. I'd be, like, making videos, so I guess kind of writing, drawing, anything artistic. I love editing videos, I just love the fact that I do this and then I do editing on top of it. I just love making myself do more work. I just love work. Like, you can't stop me from working on things, which is, like, a problem. I'm gonna go with that for now. Oh, maybe there's more then. I'm not really spending time with my friends. I don't do that a whole lot. I do it here and there, but, like, I burn out really quickly, and then you don't see me for months. Uh, anything else I wanna add? I'm gonna add both of those, why not? Jake is also a musician, so he sends me a bunch of things, and we listen to a lot of music together. It sounds good. When you play open world games, Minecraft, Terraria is not open world. It's a very closed world. You get to the edge of the world, there's nothing left. Ark. What do you enjoy doing? No, I know open world doesn't mean infinite, but whatever. Flower picking, huh? Resource hoarding, maybe? Exploring? PvP is probably the big one. Let's start there. Terraria World loops, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It just you get to the beach at the end, and then you get the, like, cool, you know, you get the cool chest in the ocean, and then it's that's it. Damn crazy that I know more about Terraria than someone in chat. I feel like I'm not much of a Terraria head. Uh, I don't be doing farm. I guess I do farming actually. Yeah, okay. I love to create, like, automated farms in Minecraft. I say that, but, like, the last time I played really like that, like, any of the actual survival aspects of Minecraft was, like, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I d do we m I think those 4 kind of really show my entire everything I do in Minecraft. Oh, we got an ad, so I'll wait a little bit on this one. DUI ad. We love to drunk under the influence. They're advertising how sick and cool it looks to drive while drunk. No, no, don't do it, don't do it. Don't drive. Us gays don't drive. Is that a thing anymore, or is that just, like, a millennial gays thing? Because, like, millennial gays were like, "We don't like driving, we're scared of cars." Are Gen Z, like, getting back into driving? The Gen Z the Gen Z LGBTQ. You think that's a millennial gays thing? Yeah. I don't drive. I ride a motorcycle. But I guess riding a motorcycle already is, like, a 50-50 on if I'm gay or not. You've had too many accidents to enjoy driving anymore. That's valid, but you do drive. Like, you have a license. A lot of the, like, 10 years ago, the gays well, I don't really say that I was hanging out, but, like, 8 years ago, the gays that I was hanging out with around, like, you'd have, like, 2 drivers in a group of, like, 20. And so, like, if anyone wanted to change location, everyone's like, "Okay, hop into the car," and then the rest of you find a way. Pick your favorite favorite gays that you want to get to the next location first, and everyone else take the damn bus because y'all don't drive. Uh, and then because like I didn't drive yet, and then that's when I started riding my motorcycle. Because that was the only time in my life where I needed to have like transport. Because like I was out of just getting out of high school. It's like, oh, I take the bus every day to school. So like I'll just keep using the bus, and like the buses aren't good. Like the buses, like, it took me an hour and a half to get to school every morning, and like maybe a little less than that because like the uh, one of the buses would arrive before the other one left in a certain order. So like getting there took longer than getting back just by like maybe 10 minutes. And it sucked because like I lived a like 10-minute, maybe not even a full 10 minutes away from there. It was an hour or an hour and 10-minute walk, but like a 7-minute drive or maybe a little bit more. So it was kind of crazy going like, oh, I'm actually so close to my school, actually. I don't know. It's just weird to go like, oh, I live close enough to the school that I'm allowed to go there, but also it takes me the same amount of time to get there as if someone was actually being driven there from like, I don't know, not a different state, but like, different city at that point. You're now only in a community with gay drivers. It's honestly better. The people that like actually get a grip and like try to better their lives. Like the same people who were refusing to drive are the same people refusing to do anything that would never grow up. I know I don't drive, but like I'm gonna say that I'm on the fence here at least. I'm a step ahead of the other gays because I have the motorcycle and the motorcycle license. But I gotta get on top of having like a car license at some point because it'd be just nice to have in an emergency if I need to take someone to like the hospital or something. Just but then again, I don't leave the house very often, so it's hard for me to, like, justify it. Anyway, we're probably back from the ad, so I'm gonna continue with the quiz. So, the best question ever, what is your favorite color? Got natural colors, like earthy browns and greens? Any cool color except for neons? Jewel tones? I'm kinda liking the jewel tones, the pastels. Okay, so that's like this is gay, I guess. Question bad? Okay. Black, maybe with an accent color? No, I'm not an emo. Neons, I'm not like an e-boy or nothing like that. I mean, look at me. I guess you could almost say I am. The warm colors are kind of nice too. I'm kind of feeling the jewel tones here. Maybe earthy browns and greens, but we'll go with jewel tones. I like me a little bit of color, like a deep red or a deep purple. You love an all black outfit with a splash of gold and white as accent. So like you're gay, right? Sorry. Not to be rude. Uh Gold is quite an accent color, like an accent piece. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like gold is in. Yes, I'm a I feel like gold is getting back in there for me. It never was in the past, but like in the last few years, I've seen like places where I can use it, especially in some of like the video games I play, like all the damn house flipper likes. In jewelry, I tend to avoid gold. I prefer like a silver, if anything, and I prefer like on top of that, I would actually prefer no jewelry at all. But like if I were going to wear a necklace or something, uh, silver definitely trumps gold in that aspect. You have gold earrings and gold necklaces. It's fair. I think you could really pull off gold. To be fair, and you probably already do. Never liked yellows really, but it's really quickly rising up your rankings. I think yellow is just like a difficult color to make work. It really you can't have that be everything. It needs to be like you said, like an accent uh for like an outfit, like or well, I think you can make an outfit out of it, but it has to be a real statement. You either have to commit to it being everything, or you have like hints, and there's no real in between. And I think that's what I mean more so. But with gold, you can't have everything be gold. You can have everything be yellow, and you can have hints of yellow or gold. But like, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of people in high school that was wearing yellow. Uh, for me, I guess there's just not a lot of yellow options out there. And I guess that's really the problem is like if there's not a lot of options and not a lot of people are gonna wear it, then maybe it's just kind of a I don't have enough. We haven't been exposed to the color yellow enough. This is a ploy by the Green Lanterns to stay in power or something. I don't know. How does uh how does DC work with that? I don't know how that goes. You find out your friends have a group chat excluding you. What do you do? Nothing. I literally don't care. Ignore it. People can do whatever they want. Exactly. Like, fine. If they want to exclude me, then I guess they're not my friends. But, like, also, there's perfectly good reasons for them to have groups that I'm not in. Because, like, it might be on a topic that I'm not interested in. It might be because they're planning my surprise party for my birthday. I'm not a nerd. That has nothing to do with anything I said. I'm just gonna say ignore it. People can do whatever they want. I'm a loner alpha. Sorry. Y'all are gonna be so surprised. You're gonna be so sorry when I get loner alpha. What are you doing? What website do I spend most of my time on? Twitch, I guess, at this point. I guess YouTube is like the next best. Discord, okay. There's Discord. Can I pick two? Because it'd be YouTube and Discord split pretty evenly. I'm gonna go with YouTube. Okay. So I wanted to go kind of YouTube Discord split. Green Lantern reference. Oh, I guess that I don't know. It's just like an out of nowhere reference that I thought would be funny. But fine, no more nerd stuff. No more nerd stuff in this chat. We're getting rid of it. It's gone. It's gone. I spent it. All right, what we got? Pick your ideal superpower. I don't know. Mind control? No, I feel like there's like an issue with consent there. I'm not. Look, I got enough people interested in me. I don't need to mind control them. I'm happy with the few. Like I don't need to. I don't mean to say no one's interested in me, but like I have the type of personality which doesn't just turn people away immediately. So if you have the type of personality that turns people away immediately, maybe you think you should resort to mind control. But that's also part of why you have the type of personality that'll turn people away immediately. Maybe perception alteration, but not mind control. Okay. Mind control just feels evil, yeah. Invisibility just kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I guess if you really wanted to like be a thief or whatever, because like you can't be like invisibility is not like a superhero power; it's like a supervillain power. Well, I guess I mean if you have invisibility and like force fields, like Violet or Sue Storm, like you need like one of those real like actual defensive powers to go with it for it to be like superhero, but just invisibility is such like a stealthy, like sneaky, like thief. And I don't think I've ever seen a superhero that's just had invisibility. Like invisibility on its own is pure like villain power. I think it's just shape shifting, but I honestly want hyper specific powers that people would not think of. Okay. Short and sweet, you hate this question. I'm kind of thinking shapeshifter because like changing what you look like all the time just based on like what would be cool. I mean, hell, it would help you like wear that like whatever outfit you're going for. Like you don't even need to like change entirely what you look like, but like you could be like a dragon from the time to time if you want to. Like there's just so much you can do with shapeshifter that I see that being like a good one. Like, I'm just trying to see, like, yeah, sure, you could make money with this, but like, I literally don't care about using it in like a superhero sense. I want to, I want to use it to look good. I want to use it so that I don't have to like spend like half an hour getting ready in the morning. I just shapeshift all the things that look wrong today. Uh, your industrial would be so easy if I could shapeshift. You wouldn't be in pain. That's so true. Healing, I guess healing could also work in that sense. Super strength. Pyrokinesis is not bad, but like, what do you do that's not evil? Like, I feel like pyrokinesis is one of those things where it's like the Spider-Man. It's like great power, great responsibility. You gotta like, if you're using it, you gotta know that you're in control of the fire because like if you screw up, yeah, we love arson, but like it's too easy to accidentally arson with that kind of power just there. Talk to animals is a good one. Immortality doesn't seem so bad. Time manipulation's also a good one. Look, I think shapeshifter just has to be it. But if I like looked 10% better, I would just go immortality and go like that's and as long as I look like me but 10% better all the time. Cause like I know I look good, but like there's just a few areas that I like I would specifically wish that I could change these two things about me or whatever. And then I'd be happy with what I look like. Being immortal would be agony, yeah, whatever. People going like, "Oh no, you would lose all your friends." Okay, make new friends. Like everyone's gonna die eventually. You might as well just not die. I don't know. And then like you got years and years. Like you don't have to worry about like, "Oh, I'm gonna die soon, so I gotta like not invest optimally." You can just like live in you could just you got so many years to like get investments. Like you could make so much money by being immortal. Like if you don't learn how to become a billionaire in 1,000 years, then maybe like I don't know, some of us are just built different, but like I feel like if you have 1,000 years to try over and over to like make a better life for yourself, I think you're gonna make it eventually. Super villainy, whatever. We've gone to immortality instead of shapeshifter now. You talked me into it because I would do great with immortality. I love having friends. It's great. But when y'all die, what am I gonna have? You, Dad. I'd have you. Anyway, but like, it's y'all are gonna die eventually. I might as well just like live forever. You can't wait to die for sure. Yeah. Like I just feel like putting the like negatives out there to be like a good reason why I wouldn't want to live forever is like kind of like that's kind of like loser talk. It's like, okay, I've lost everything. I don't want to live anymore. Okay, like or you could just like live forever anyway and like build new relationships and just like keep going. You accumulate so much if you live forever and you'd be so rich and you'd have so many places to put it because you would know like market trends and how to like take advantage of the market. You could invest and make so much money. I just think that all of my problems would go away if I was immortal. Like any of the problems that I face now, which are nothing, would immediately disappear if I was immortal because like I wouldn't it wouldn't matter anymore. Like I wouldn't be like holding back from anything. I could just be like, okay, I'm immortal. Time to just do everything. Maybe if I was immortal, maybe this is supervillain talk. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm one lab accident away from becoming a supervillain. You never figure out stocks. Yeah, but if you do something for long enough, even I could like work out what a computer was if I lived for long enough. Maybe. Would you be immortal and hot the whole time? I'd hope so. I feel like I would look exactly the same and wouldn't be able to change my body. Is that like the vampire thing? Maybe no, I don't know. I feel like you could get in shape in this sense, but you wouldn't age, you know? But you could get out of shape as well if you weren't focusing on your body. But also, why wouldn't you spend like 2 hours of every day at the gym if you're immortal? That's not coming out of your like, out of a finite time anymore. You can live for 22 hours a day instead of 24 if you're living forever. Stock market game is always dumb. I don't particularly care for the stock market, but like I still think that and I guess it depends on what kind of immortality, but like if invisibility you can like steal stuff, with immortality, if you're not gonna die, you could like do pretty much anything and just be indestructible. It depends if you're indestructible. I guess indestructible is different to immortality. I don't know. I think that like if you live long enough, you'll learn enough to make your way in the world. Because like you can just like be the best at uh playing video games. I don't know. You could be the best person at whatever sport you want, because like you'd just be like in peak physical condition at all times, because you'd be going to the gym for 2 hours every single day, and you would do that for like 20 years, and everyone else's body is aging while they're doing that, so you just like stay at the top of your game all the time. I just think that like you could do anything if you were immortal. Like if you have enough time in the world, you could do anything. Maybe you would finally learn guitar. You could do that. You already know guitar though, but you would just keep getting better over the centuries. Eventually you would just be the greatest guitar player ever, just based on the fact that you would have more time to practice than anyone else. Like you could just put like 100 years into one skill, and then you'd be the greatest at it, because like no one else is able to put 100 years into it. And then you just like show up on the scene for whatever skill you have out of nowhere, and you're like the greatest to ever do it, and you just pretend that you're like 25 or something. And then like sadly you at 32 or something, like you have like a horrible accident and fake your death or whatever, and then like you just you start the whole cycle again. I feel like that's what I would do. I don't feel like 32 exactly, but like I would go like I would want to disappear before people go, wow, you're just not aging. Like, and we got a lot of time, because like people say that all the time about Keanu Reeves. It's not true, but like he's definitely aging, but people say he's not aging. So like you got a lot of time, and even if people notice that you're not aging, it doesn't mean nothing. People are stupid, so you could just like you just use that as a cue to like maybe we exchange this life for a different one at some point. Uh, but I still have ADHD and executive dysfunction issues. Yeah, maybe you could like get drugs for that or whatever. Maybe like learning, maybe it'd be easier to learn to live with it if you've had more time to learn to live with it as well. It's not like a death sentence. You live forever, it would put it off forever. Okay, maybe. I guess. I guess that's another thing, is I don't think I don't realize that people are different to me. Yeah, Asian don't raisin. I can't say that. Anyway, do you platonically flirt with your friends? Obviously. What's the point of having friends if you're not gonna flirt with them? What's the point of having people? What's the point of being hot if you're not gonna be a little flirtatious? You know, you just gotta do it. Maybe I am a villain. Maybe y'all hate me because I'm a villain. How do you handle stress, violence? No, I just don't think about it. Ignore it. It'll go away eventually. I just have to ignore it, and it won't matter. Yeah, eventually it just doesn't. It doesn't matter. Oh well, I guess I do. Maybe I should go back. Is there a back? Abuse others about it. I love that you're having your realization through the Omegaverse quiz. My realization that I'm evil? Yeah, maybe. Look, it's fine. I just wanted to go back because, like, everyone in chat knows that, like, I take it out on someone in chat. So, like, I gotta be honest about that. What's your role on a group project? I like to be in charge. No, I do whatever needs to be done. Maybe I do the bare minimum. Also, maybe make sure everyone else does their. Yeah, that's probably the biggest one. Group. Nobody wants to group with me, Lameo. I don't want to group with anyone more than anything. I'm such a loner alpha, guys. I'm gonna make sure everyone else does. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the bad guy. I never want to be the bad guy. I never want to be the person in charge. I never want that power. But sometimes, if you don't make people do the things that they said that they're gonna do, they're not gonna do it. And sometimes, if you're not the person to organize everything, nothing gets done. And I've learned that throughout my years. And sometimes you just gotta suck it up and go, no one else is going to take the responsibility. I am not good with responsibility, but somehow I'm better than everyone else here. So let's get it over with. Let's get it done. And maybe that's what I'm learning, that I'm an evil fascist dictator, I guess. Dogs or cats? Why can't we have both? ¿Por qué no las dos? I'm gonna go with dogs though, because like, I mean, look at me. You need to go out late at night to go to the store. It's pitch black and the street lights are the only source of light. What do you do? So the good thing about this question is it doesn't point out the fact that I don't leave the house anyway. But if I had to go, I much prefer going out at night because there's no sun. I hate the sun. It's too bright. I have too, like, my skin's too fair. I don't want to burn. I have to put on so much sunscreen. I hate the feeling of sunscreen. So when I can go out, and all of my walks recently have been at nighttime because I realized I don't need to put on sunscreen if I just go out for my walks at like 3 a.m. Loner alpha vampire, I guess. I'm not a vampire. Every now and then people are like, "Oh, you're a vampire." I'm not a vampire. I have I have gut problems that mean that garlic doesn't agree with me. I'm very polite and I don't like to enter people's personal space without asking first. And I have very light skin because I'm white. Okay? I walk through the city at night. Your ass is crazy. There's less people out. I know that there's like more like, I don't know, murderers out is what they try to tell you. I don't know who they is, but yeah. You remember making me in Sims as a vampire. I didn't know I was a vampire when you did that. uh, I simply won't go might actually make sense because I don't want to go out. But like going out late is more likely. And I feel like I simply won't go makes it seem like I'm gonna wait till morning or something. Oh, that literally just says wait until morning. Okay. Why am I going alone? Phone a friend. I'm scared. Who really needs food anyway? Yes, I'm buff. No. Yeah, just a little dark, lol. Maybe that's the closest thing. Just a vampy aesthetic. That's fair. I mean, I got more like a colorful aesthetic, but my hair kind of gives that kind of. I mean, I think I'd make a great goth. I got dark hair, but I'm just not very much of a goth. I guess if this kind of like counts as pastel goth almost, right? I gotta be like a vampire that looks like a werewolf. We should just like put everyone that we know into a Sims world and see what happens. I don't know. You don't know if you go around the city late at night. That's fair. I'm not in a city. I'm in like suburbia, so I'm like perfectly safe. I'm suburbia maxing right now. I'm in. You've met me at a very suburban time in my life. I was talking the other day about how like just planning on like going to the grocery store and doing stuff, and I'm like, I really hit like I'm very like suburbia pilled now. I'm like a I'm really am just like a white woman, you know? Sounds like a fun stream. I guess I could do it on stream. I don't like streaming Sims. I know I streamed a little bit when I like show off my builds or whatever, but like the gameplay of The Sims just doesn't get me. But I could try it. We'll see. We'll see what we can make. Maybe there's some mods out there as well that can make it fun. It's because you wore dark lipstick a lot of the time. Okay, that makes sense. I think purple lips on me work really well. It might be because my hair has like purple like tones to it. Like it's like a dark brown with like like a dark cool brown. Not like a warm brown. So I feel like the purple would probably like bring that out. And it would kind of go with my eyes a little bit because I have like gray eyes. Because I have purple eyes. Yo. Speaking of fanfics, you still think about playing The Sims for the first time, and your brother asked why you made a sim of yourself. You had a wife and child, and you said, "Isn't that what you're supposed to do?" And how it's taking so long to figure this out. She has Alexandria Genesis. Oh my god. Leave it to you to understand the damn My Immortal reference or whatever. That's what it's called, right? That is My Immortal. I'm not like crossing two wires. You're sitting in class and your teacher's being frustrating. You have zero clue. I'm pretty sure. You know what? I should stop pretending that I don't know these things because I'm pretty damn sure it's that. Yeah, Carissa's there. Ebony Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway, sure, yeah. That's the one. That's the character in My Immortal. I don't know. You think read the entire fanfic with your friends in DC? I just think that no one should ever have to read it, but as someone who hasn't really read it, I just know about stuff about it in passing, and like it's like a cryptid because like I'll see bits and pieces of it on YouTube as well. It's like what the hell was going on there? Because like someone wrote it, someone else claimed to have written it, and then they like I don't know. I don't know, my dude. What a time to be alive with AO3. We could have been born at any point in history, but we're alive just in time to have AO3. My Immortal is a cultural pillar, exactly. Everyone claimed to be the author of My Immortal. Yeah, everyone that has been debunked. Yeah. That it's that's cool. I like that it's got no real author. That's kind of fun. It makes it like an urban legend, like this internet cryptid. It's got a real vibe to it. You said yeah, what is it? Been frustrating, how do I handle it? Whatever, just like they're probably having a off day. I'll just like give them some time. Like it happens, bro. Like what am I gonna do? Like complain to a friend about a teacher? Literally, they're just a guy. Confront them in class. I literally have to say this. I realize because I have like teachers in in chat. So lucky I'm in a mood where I'm being kind, huh? No, but like, what's the problem? Like I don't know. Everyone's gonna have an off day, even a teacher. About it, but make sure the teacher hears. Girl, you're not the main character. Confront them. Oh my god, yell at them and walk out way more dramatically than necessary. God, this is so stupid. Talk to the teacher about it after class. Maybe. Be passive aggressive. No, ignore it. Just give them the benefit of the doubt, bro. If it keeps happening, maybe just like say, "Hey, what's going on?" Uh, Load how she got mad at her friend who was spell checking for her, and she'd hear the beef at the beginning end of the chapter. Oh, okay. She changed the name of Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way to Ebony Darkness Dementia Tara Way because of it. Oh, that's crazy. This quiz is insane towards the end. We might not make it before the end of stream at this rate. Uh, this is a very main character syndrome quiz, to be fair. It is, you're right. And I shouldn't just attack the quiz for being main character killed because I don't know what else am I supposed to do if I don't attack things for the you know if I'm not gonna make fun of someone. What am I doing here? You were planning to going to the bar. You can go to the bar. I'm sorry. I guess we'll just rush. We need to do it for Simon. What's your favorite emoticon? That one, sure. Which country would you move to? Yeah, probably USA. There's a lot of opportunities over there, I hear. What color is math? Oh, green. I don't know. It's not set in stone, but it's mostly green. Said that the other day. Do you like Andrew Tate? Yeah, he's so cool. That's fair. It's nice to see who would go. Objectively blue, sincerely a math teacher. I say a good thing about like just like giving a teacher having a bad day the benefit of the doubt, and then I choose the wrong color for math, so now all the teachers are mad at me. What is this? um, yeah, whatever. We're just not gonna say much about that guy. What type of clothing do you wear most often? Okay, whatever. Misogyny. I don't know. I like to think I just wear what makes me look good. Whatever I have and looks good, obvi, sure. I feel like that's usually what someone says, and they don't actually dress well, though. But whatever. I know I dress well. This is why math literacy is at all-time lows, because some people think math is green. A math teacher doesn't know what color math is. Uh, you're gonna lurk until you finish your homework. Okay, Carissa. Thanks for hanging out, though. Favorite trope? There was only one bed? No, thanks. I don't know. I don't think I'm much of a. I'm doing this damn fanfic quiz essentially, and I'm like, I don't really like vibe with a lot of fanfic though. There's only one bed doesn't really matter to me. Found family, best one so far. Enemies to lovers, yes, obviously. Enemies to lovers. That's not even a favorite trope. That's just like that needs to be in everything. That's just great. Omegaverse. You sucker for enemies to lovers. I just I'm not a sucker for it. I think I complain about it most because, like, I know that it's done wrong a lot of the time, and I'm like, I can see a line. One of my favorite things, one of the things that I want to do the most, if I were like a writer, is write a story where, and I don't want to like spoil any book that I would write in the future, not that I would, where one character is so horrible, that you just like hate them, but by the end of it I would love for you to like actually want the main character and this character to end up together. But like looking at how many people love enemies to lovers, I feel like that wouldn't be hard. But I would want to do it in a way that like people can act like people who don't just like love the genre to like actually appreciate it, you know? I feel like I love the idea of like writing a story where the challenge is putting everyone in like horrible situations and trying to change everyone's mind on every single character. Like the character that you liked at the start is actually garbage at the end, or the character that was garbage is actually really cool by the end, or whatever. Just like flip everything, not on its head, but just like have such an arc that actually kind of people resonate with. They're like, okay, this is an interesting way to go with this character or whatever. I think that would be fun. Greatest enemies to lovers you saw was former child soldier and man who killed his father. That's kind of what I was going for. My my thought for enemies to lovers is I would love enemy who killed current main character's boyfriend eventually becomes main character's boyfriend. Like new boyfriend. Like that I feel like there's a lot. Like that's like how do you make a character so obviously not going to be the end game? Oh, have them kill the partner that they're like actually in a very healthy relationship with. I don't know. I think like wouldn't it be fun to just try to write the craziest story and give yourself so many curveballs but have to work with it? I feel like that'd be just fun. I guess it wouldn't work. If it doesn't work, then it's like, oh, why did you even do it? But like, I guess a challenge sounds fun. As someone who has never written a book, let's start at like the hardest end of things. I'll add found family to this. I kind of like it. Think that can work. I think that's pretty much it, though. I think enemies to lovers and found family because they kind of go together. I don't know. The gays are not all right. Yeah. Which of these fanfics would you read based on the tags? Major character deaths, angst, hurt, no comfort, found family, terminal illness. So I just want to hurt myself, I guess. Comfort, no hurt, sick fic, wing fic, tooth rotting, fluff, idiots in love. So just like fan service. No thanks. These are like complete opposites, and I hate both ends of the spectrum, essentially. Graphic depictions of violence, kidnapping, Stockholm syndrome. Okay, why is there's. Can I say none? Strangers to lovers, tattoo / flower shop AU, mild angst, fluff, no beta, we die like men. You know what? I actually kind of that's a nice middle ground of everything. I kind of feel like I could vibe with that. I feel like I can vibe with that one. I hate that you're picking so many of the same options you were. Really are both Lona alphas. You also picked that one. You know what? I've never seen Simon. I've never seen you and I in the same room. Just food for thought, you know. Uh, but wouldn't it be crazy if I like didn't exist and you just like been imagining me the whole time? You're not actually watching someone on Twitch right now. You're just like hallucinating. This is stuff I should say to you after you get back from the bar. That'd be some real gaslighting. Like, whoa, you don't look so good. Do you need some water? Oh, well, you don't have any water. Yeah. Y'all remember that one? Do you believe in demons? Yeah. I think I see some in this room right now. I don't think your parents really like you. At least from what you told me. You love her so much. It's a very good TikTok. She's got some good stuff on there, but that is absolutely the peak. Actually, I have a really bad mental health episode every night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Oh, perfect timing! I can slide into that slot and make everything better. Clearly, guy who doesn't realize that they're the problem. Guy who doesn't realize that they're the problem. Streamer brain rot. Yeah, I kind of am. We jumped ahead of this one pretty good there. We could get some stuff going. You're walking through a public space and see someone beating up an innocent person. It's just you three there at the moment, and the attacker looks to be more muscular than you. What do you do? Okay, I've been in this situation, and I feel like I wouldn't do the same thing as I did, which is just a crazy thing to do. Like, crazy thing to say. Like 10 years later and be like, yeah, I just ignore it at this point. But like, how am I supposed to know who's the bad guy in the situation? Sure, someone might be beating them up, but they might be beating them up for like trying to mug them or something. Like, I don't know. There's not enough information. I feel like I gotta do nothing. I mean, like, if there's like a spider in my shower, like, I don't take him out of the shower. I don't kill them. I just let them chill. Like, I'm like the true like. I feel like I'm a true neutral at this point, where I wouldn't like. I just, I'm not gonna like save you if you like if the spider starts like drowning in the water, but I'm not gonna kill you myself. It's like the Batman. I'm just Batman. I don't have to kill you, but I also don't have to save you. I guess I'm just Batman, actually. Batman who looks like this. Batman who dresses up like this. Batman who didn't lose their parents, so that they actually got a lot more color. I kind of am the exact opposite of Batman if you think about it. Oh, but I'm a clown, so I can't really say that because that's already like taken. That's already his exact opposite. Yeah, I guess clowns are the exact opposite of Batman, huh? All right. All right, what am I doing now? Oh yeah, I gotta work. Attacker looks more muscular than you. Step in and get beat up immediately, ignore it, and walk quickly past. I don't think I need to walk quickly past. Try to make the attacker back off. But like, how do I know they're the attacker? I don't want to call the police. Try telling off the attacker and run when they come towards me. I join in. This beta cuck probably deserves it. Maybe they do. I stand there indecisively and turn around. Like, I don't know enough about the situation. If I knew enough about the situations, then I'd probably try to intervene, which is a stupid thing to say, I get it. But, like, I do stupid things. Uh I don't know but it says an innocent person. They are specifically innocent. It's not like they're perceived innocent. Okay. You tell off the attacker. You know what? Let's just pretend that that's the answer. I don't know, really, because it's hard because it's like, are they really innocent? Are they not innocent? I guess I could kind of not really tell the story, but like when I had, it wasn't even like they were getting beat up. They were just kind of being annoying and like touching and pushing around some guy because of what they were wearing, and then I stepped in and just like pushed the person off of them, like, which is like, some people might say that I assaulted the person because I wasn't a part of it, and I did kind of like the rest of the day was like, oh no, am I gonna go to jail for this? And then I had like a lot of people say like, no, technically, the person, because like the person that I was with was a part of like my party. Like I didn't know them directly, but they were like a mutual friend, I guess. And so like me defending them technically counts as like self defense. That I don't know if that's true, but like that put me at ease, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to prison for beating up a child. I don't know how old the person was. At the time, I would have been 18. So, so not quite 10 years ago, but like I would have been like 18. So, uh, I don't know. I was just like, damn it, I'm an adult as well. So, like, if I go to prison for this, it would really suck that I was just trying to like stop a guy. Cause like I pushed them off and they like fell back onto the grass. So I'm like, oh, I could have killed the guy if like their head like hit something. I don't know why I needed to tell y'all this story, but that's what I did. Uh, what do you do if you're sick and have a prior engagement? Call it off probably. But also a lot of people these days just like call off anything they're doing just because they have like the sniffles. Like we don't have like any like worth ethic anymore. Like people just call out for just the cold. Like what do you like we used to live in a society that just like understood like yeah, I'm not at 100% right now, but I'm going to give it all I got. So I feel like we really entered like the beta cuck era of society. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just a cold I'll live with it is the right thing to do. But like I already hate going out, so I feel like I would just use it as an excuse. I'm sure nobody will get sick. I go and feel oh, I guess other people could get sick if I go. I don't know. No one cares. It's not that bad. I'll stay home and reschedule. They should be thanking me for getting my germs on them. Sure, that too. I think I just stay home and reschedule. Like I'll communicate about it, but I'm definitely using it as an excuse to to not show up. Someone is yelling at you for something you didn't do. How do you reply? I don't know. Start crying? No. Beat them up and call them slurs? Absolutely. Oh, we found the answer. Fight them. Girls just going directly to fighting so fast. 0 to 100 for real. I don't reply. Starts is pretty good. I start yelling back and insulting them. Okay, I like to think I'm this, but I might actually be this. I don't look. To be fair, if someone's yelling at me, I just like kind of stop. 100% the person who wrote this would cry in a fight. Yeah. I wait for them to get done and calmly explain what's going on. No, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I start yelling back at them or I do not reply. I feel like I do not reply. I feel like I'm the instigator. I feel like if someone does something that I am upset with, but they're not like attacking me, I'll attack first. But I won't go on the defensive. I'll just like go like your words mean nothing to me. So like I'm literally just the bad guy in any situation, but that's fine. you're on the internet and have somehow managed to get yourself into an internet argument about something you're coming to realize you're clearly wrong about. How do you handle it? Uh, whatever. Zoidberg's away. Delete your original comment so nobody realizes it was you and live in embarrassment for the rest of your life. Yeah, maybe that. Though someone did that on a comment thread that I saw, and then the person just looked like they were yelling at like talking to no one, and then I made a comment going like, "Bro's just like having a conversation with himself, LeMayo," and then they deleted their comments as well. So I made the person who won delete their comments as well. I might be evil. I might be evil. But it was just so funny because like I saw someone like I was there at first before the other person's comments got deleted, but then like when I saw it again, the other person's comments were deleted, and I was like, I should just say this. It'd be so funny. And then I said it, and then like they deleted their comments as well. So there is no evidence of like any of the situation going on anymore. I just bullied the winner of the argument, of the person who I guess yelled louder, into feeling self-conscious about it too, and I think that's really funny. Everybody loses. Uh, so what's I guess that doesn't really explain what I would do, but edit a Wikipedia page to prove I'm right. I actually might do that. Block them. One of these days, I'm gonna like log into Wikipedia. I don't actually have a login, but like one of these days, if I were to actually do this repetitively, I'd be logging in and find out like, oh, your IP address is actually blocked from editing Wikipedia. Um, admit you were wrong and apologize. Double down anyway. I feel like double down anyway sounds fun. Why would I be wrong though? I would just never be wrong. I accidentally edited a Wikipedia page from your phone while doing Greek homework in college, and I got yelled at. That's crazy. How did you do that? I feel like it's really hard to accidentally do it. Double down anyway. I don't know, it's really hard. Admit you were wrong. It's just an internet argument, so it's not real. I've been doing this crazy thing, and like I know that I said that like I entered this this one conversation because I thought it was funny. But I've been doing this thing of like if I see something, I go, that's not like it's on the internet. I just go, it's not real, and then like I tell myself it's not real because it's on the internet. So then I don't have to say anything. I don't like if someone responds to something that I've said, or if someone said something that's wrong, I don't have to correct them. I can just literally go, this is not real. This person isn't real. They're on the internet. This is like an internet profile. They're not a real person. I like, what am I supposed to, why would I talk to them? They're not real. I don't need to talk. I don't need to say anything. I'm gonna shut up. And then I just don't leave a comment because like it's not real. Like none of it's real. Like fumbled into rolling back and edit. That's crazy that you can do that. You had the power to roll back and edit. Personally, yeah, that's more of a Wikipedia issue than yours. Nudgely's right. Um, I either block them or double down, but I wouldn't get into this situation. I would just like stop talking if this happened. I guess block them is the closest thing to stop talking. What's your opinion on Elon Musk? Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Company is legal on Twitter. Yay. He's a massive loser who, yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Your friend comes out to you. I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like he's a massive loser. Like, I mean, he's the richest guy in the world. So like, I don't put respect on his name for that, but like, he's not a loser. Like, come on. I just don't care. Your friend comes out to you, how do you respond? I'm gayer? So true. Like, I'd be like, about time or something. Thank you for telling me. I'm so proud of you. LeMayo, okay. I feel like if any of my friends came out to me as gay, I'd be like, yeah? Like, you've been gay. That's kind of gay. I don't know what Iquam means. You know what I mean? Okay, then that's what it is. I don't know if I'd be comfortable with being friends with them. I already know, dumbass. Yeah, exactly. Duh. I know it's not a thing that you do. You don't just tell someone, I know, when someone opens up to you about it. But like to my friends, if they don't know that they're gay, like come on. Like you should know that you're gay. So I guess that it doesn't really work in my situation because like all of my friends are gay. But I guess if a straight person got asked this question, then they'd have like I guess that's the real intended audience for it. What's your favorite genre of television/books? Oh damn, we played an entire game about this. Fantasy has the most books. I don't know. Romance. I feel like I need a comedy. Rom-com maybe. For television. For books, I'd say probably like I don't like sci-fi. I don't like sci-fi in TV shows. I think I'm okay with sci-fi in books. I don't like rom-com in a book, but I like it in TV. It's very specific to the medium, I think. Can't believe we're not even 2/3 done. Yeah, I'm crazy like that. I really thought that I was gonna play a game after this, but like I guess this is just the stream, huh? I don't know. What do I like? Slice of life. I like horror movies. I don't like horror books that much. I don't feel like horror translates too well in a written context. I mean, I know it can, but like for me, it doesn't get me as much as it's just so hard. Just give me a rom-com. It's just so easy to like watch and digest. Who put the time into making this? I swear it took them less time to write it than it's taking me to go through it, and it should not be that way around. I just be yapping. We people talking here. What we got? If you're stranded on an island and could only bring one thing, what would that thing be? A lighter, a book? I guess a book. A lighter. Guess. I mean, you might as well do something. I guess I could learn how to play a new instrument if it's enough time. Oh, I guess yeah. There's Swiss Army knife, huh? I'm here thinking like, how would I spend my time? Uh, and instead of going like, what's best for survival? I didn't see Swiss Army knife. What would a phone do for me? Like, could I just like call? Like, I'm assuming stranded means that I don't have phone service. So a phone's just pointless. But then why would they even mention phone? We're going with Swiss Army knife. It's like the best answer. It's like the second best answer in most situations there. So like if they don't give me enough information, it's still like the best answer for like what's the best survival tool there. So I'm gonna go with that. Can't go wrong with it. You stumble upon a dead body laid on the side of the road. A quick glance around tells you you're not alone. What do you do? Panic. Dead body. So like this is just The Body by Stephen King, huh? Stand By Me. Hide the body myself? Leave it there. It's not my problem. Call a friend and tell them about it. Stand around and wait for someone else to find the body, and then they report it, and then I say, "Yeah, I was about to get to that," and then they're like, "Aurelia was standing over a dead body." That's a Among Us joke. So if you didn't get it, that was an Among Us. I don't know. I feel like call the cops and report it just kind of makes the most sense. Yeah, I was doing tasks. Like I feel like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, we hate the cops," but like that doesn't extend to not reporting a dead body. Uh, hide the body myself is just insane. Like no one hits that unless they want like to be funny. But if they found themselves in that situation for real, no one's hiding the body themselves. Call a friend to tell them. It's just call the cops. Yeah, a cab, but I'm not catching a murder charge. Exactly. I feel like it's just the responsible thing to do. And like a murder, like a dead body out in wherever you find it, I'd say that's the cop's job. Like, we can say ACAB for, like, they're not supposed to show up for, like, mental health reasons, but if the body's already dead, like, I think that's their jurisdiction. I'm happy for the cops to continue to be notified that there's, like, dead bodies. Maybe that's, like, maybe I'm not woke enough, but I think that's perfectly fine. Which aesthetic do you vibe with the most? Probably minimalism, not preppy. God, no. Scene, emo, punk, goth, grunge. Like, there's one of those that's, like, maybe acceptable to me. And it's not even punk or goth. No, I'm not. I just hate. I don't hate punks, but, like, I'm just not a punk aesthetic. Punk is maybe the one that's the most there, but everyone else is just wearing black and doing nothing else. Punk at least has some color to it. Void punk, glitchcore, probably not that. I don't really know what that is. Cyberpunk, not the game. Don't think I care about that. Kawaii. Could do kawaii, maybe. Y2K, alright. That's fun. I kind of like that. Dark Academia. Nah, not huge on that. It's too, like, maximalist, in my opinion. Solar punk sucks ass. I hate the look of solar punk. Some people learning that I hate, like, clean energy or something, but solar punk just does not. It's not a vibe. Crowcore, Gremlin Core. I'm not. Look. I might be a hoarder in some aspects. I got some boxes of stuff that I keep in the garage that, like, I should probably go through and throw out, but not Crowcore, Gremlin Core. We're not keeping, like, things and stuff just out. Monochromatic, all one color. No, I don't know what to do here. Cottagecore is where it's at. That's fair. You're allowed to think that. I'm kind of vibing with either Y2K or minimalism. I know minimalism is, like, they're trying to sell you nothing, but, like, I don't think it's quite minimalism what I want. Is Apple Core a thing? Yeah. Yeah, it's the thing in the middle of an apple. I really don't know what to go with because, like, minimalism is part of it. I think no one of these things describes me. I think I have, like, I'm, like, half minimalism, like, a third Y2K-esque, a smidge of kawaii, but not quite. And maybe that's really it. I guess it's out of those. They're all a bit extreme, yeah. Let's go Y2K-esque. I don't know. We get it, you're bisexual. Bands. Just bands. That's it. That's it. It's over for you. Afraid of most. Probably, like, the realization that I'll never live up to any of my own expectations of myself, and that one day I'm gonna die and not really have left a deep impact in the world when I know I could have done more. Rejection? I guess that could be it. Abandonment? Betrayal? Loneliness? Spiders? Clowns? Yeah, clowns. That's gotta be it. Heights? A specific person? The law? Death and its inevitability? I guess that's the closest to what I said, but I genuinely think the law is probably the thing I'm most afraid of. I think if I get, like, any, like, I constantly talk about how I think, oh, we're an ad, so maybe I'll just, like, say this, but, like, I'll just reiterate it. But, like, the law for me is, like, the most scary thing here, definitely, because the law is so, like, absolute. If you break the law, you go to jail. Except not really, not all the time. I'm probably, like, pale enough that, like, I could probably get away with, like, a light crime. But I I the law is just, like, I feel like if I ever got, like, a smudge on my record, my perfect record, that's it. The seal has been broken. Basically just giving away all your data for free with this quiz. Yeah, why not? I'm on the internet. I might as well do it. But yeah, no, the law is just so. I think, like, I mean, as an atheist, the law is the only thing stopping me from killing everyone. Because as someone with no moral values, I need the law to stop me so I know what's right and wrong. because I don't have the voice of God to tell me not to murder. You know what I mean? But if I had it my way, I would like murder as much as I wanted, which is zero, but still. I don't know. Am I even really an atheist? Because I see atheists and I'm like, that ain't me. Like, the Earth didn't just like come out of nothing. I know that that's literally what atheists think, so it's hard to say that I'm an atheist. But like, you know, it's so improbable that the Earth just like appeared out of nowhere and that life just happened. Like that's not an explanation. Like you can say scientists are like searching for an explanation by saying like, "Oh, life just happened," because like if like the molecules arrange themselves in a certain orientation by pure chance, you can end up with life. That's so unlikely. That's like less likely than like Dream's Minecraft speedrun. And you're telling me like you're already telling me that that was fake. So like you can't be, I just can't be convinced that there's no higher power, like at least. And well, I mean, I could be convinced, but at the very least, even if there is no higher power, the thought of a god or a higher power is comforting to so many people and brings so many people community that like it's I don't know. I just don't see why atheists exist, I guess. Like what kind of a community do you have? I'm trying to like say this, but like atheists are fine. I don't hate you. I've done my time in like the atheist prisons or whatever, the atheism mines. But like there's got to be something out there, right? We can all agree that like we're past the point where like science explains everything because like if you look at science, it's just kind of like I don't know. They're always going on about like, keeping records and the scientific method, but they won't even like acknowledge the Bible as like a true like account of anything when like it's literally the oldest book in existence as well. So like by their own like logic and by their own rules, they would have to accept the Bible as like scientific uh evidence. So I just don't know if I feel like the Bible is not the oldest book. It's literally the oldest book. I don't know what to tell you. It's literally the oldest book. Um but yeah. Um aside from this whole like, as an atheist, I need the law to be able to tell me not to murder. I just think the law is like the thing that I'm scared of the most because even though I wouldn't murder because like I feel like that kind of like violates some kind of consent boundaries, uh, at least. Then the law is also like there's so many things that are like essentially are harmless that I don't do. Like I don't have access to like we don't have freedom over here like America does. We don't get like guns and weapons. Not that I want a gun, but like there's some weapons that I like that I used to have access to because I used to do karate. And that was fun and that was a nice way for me to like stay in shape and I enjoyed that. But I don't have access to that anymore. So I don't have access to that kind of like the form of like physical uh exercise that I enjoy the most. And the reason why I don't go out of my way to like say screw that is because I'm genuinely afraid of the law. I don't want to go to prison for like breaking the law, which I don't, even though I don't believe that the law should exist. Even though I understand that the law should exist because like some people are going to ruin it for the rest of us. And like recently we've been shown exactly why people need to not have weapons, like easy access to weapons because we had um pretty bad occurrence happen like a month ago. I don't know what I need to say about it, but like we had in Australia, we had a mass shooting, and I know that that Australia says they don't have mass shootings anymore, but the fact that people can just like get their hands on guns, even still, it's like people just shouldn't have them. It just sucks to think that like someone can decide to take away so much human life just because they want to send a message that they hate a certain group and they think a certain group is evil. And I think it's really important to say, and like that certain group Like the Jewish community, like they've been through so much. It's only been 100 to 80 years, and that 20 years. You know, we kind of forget that there was like a whole genocide. I don't think we forget, but like there's a lot of people that seem to forget that that was like horrible. And I'm scared of what goes on in this world because there's so many people that I see on the internet, and I know it's because they're faceless and they don't have to um, answer for their crimes, for like their hate crimes on the internet, because they can just write whatever. But we we can't do this. Like we're seeing anti-Semitism on like levels that were like pre like the world wars, well, like in during the world wars at least, and that's crazy because we can't have that. We can't just do world war, like the World War II again, or World War One. We can't do any of that. I know it's like World War II was very much focused on the genocide of the Jewish population. uh it's just crazy to think that one world event happens and then all of a sudden all of this like tolerance, and you find out that it was just tolerance this whole time. Sorry, I don't want to cry and I don't want to get too serious about this, but I already have. uh all this just tolerance that was built up was not acceptance of someone who's different. It was pure tolerance. And the moment that there was a crack, everyone, I say everyone, but like a large part of the population decided that this was their chance to turn on the Jewish population. And that's so sickening. I'm sorry. I know that we've gone from like my usual jokes to me condemning uh, anti Semitism, but it's just crazy. Yeah, I think I've said my piece on that, but basically, um, I understand why I can't have access to weapons, and like the law is terrifying, but it's a necessary thing that I'm scared of because there's so much worse that can be out there. We can have genuine evil, and like the law is the price that we pay to live in a civilized society. It can be improved, it can be better, uh, but that doesn't mean that it's useless and we need to do away with it or nothing like that. But it is definitely what I'm most afraid of. Uh, read letter from Birmingham jail before bed last night. Bad idea because it just made you want to do more. Yeah, I guess I want to move out of this conversation a little bit because I want to like get the get the quiz done. That's just the joke of a quiz done, but it just really sucks because like I mean this is all stuff that I haven't in a month since I have been streaming after it happened. I've barely brought it up, and it's like I don't want to bring. Oh God, why am I not talking anymore? What happened to my mouth? I don't want to bring things down. We're gonna. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties. Let me just put that away, and I'll try to fix it. Uh, but like it's hard to like just ignore everything that's going on in the world just to like do a show for 3 hours in a weekday. Um, that's positive because sometimes you gotta acknowledge the negatives. I I can I fix this problem that I have? Bezos is trying to silence the furry VTuber. Exactly, that's what he's doing. Don't let him do it. What's going on? I think I might just have to restart the software. Let's just do that. Sorry, we're just taking a quick aside, and then we'll be back once I fix this. But I'm still gonna talk. We're still talking. Uh, yeah. Like, I was thinking about it this morning, and, like, I don't wanna say that, like, it's equal to or, like, worse than, like, 9/11 or something, but, like, if you it's the only comparison I can make because it's just such a serious event that's gonna change, and has changed, and it needed to change, but it's gonna change, basically, how the country and I live in runs, and, like, I'm not mad at that because, like, it clearly there's a problem. So, like, it's not bad that we have to fix the problem. Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, if this problem never happened, everything would be good." No, like, clearly, if this can happen, there's a problem. Uh, and I know I could probably, upset a lot of people by, like, comparing it to 9/11, but, like, it's it's similar in scope. It's not the same in, like, magnitude, I guess, but, you know, uh, a terrorist attack is a terrorist attack. It's a hate crime against, what should be a protected, people, uh, and, uh, the government, the Australian government let down its Jewish population by this letting it happen. Like, the fact that I don't know, I say a lot of bad stuff about the government, and, I think it's rightfully so that I do because, like, the government that we have here is incompetent, and I say that every day, and I say it a lot, but this just shows how incompetent they are, and we just had an election, and we elected these people, and then, like, we have to wait another, like, 3 years to get rid of them. Like, we've seen immediately after voting them in how incapable they are of running the country. It's not and people might say, "Oh, the opposition isn't any better," and they might not be, sure. But, like, there needs to be pressure to do better. Like, they literally just got awarded, like, "Oh, yeah, you win the election, so you got the next 3 years you don't have to worry about." And so they don't have to worry about fixing this because it's not like in the election cycle. Things have changed and I don't know everything about it, but like it's crazy to think that uh it's not going to matter as much to the people in charge that these people died because it's not during an election cycle. Uh and that kind of just makes it worse. That makes it so much worse to me. Uh Okay, back to homework, but yeah, okay. I've managed to fix this. I think we should move on, and I think I've said everything I needed to say and condemned the government for their lack of uh, you know a response. I mean, there isn't a lack of a response, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I mean, it shouldn't. The other thing is, like, it shouldn't be a response. Like, it should have been preemptive. It should have been like this type of thing should be known. Like, how do you run like such a state? Like, how do you run a nanny state where like you are supposedly surveilling everything, and then this still happens? Like, you get into everyone's privacy, you remove privacy, and you still let an event like this happen. It's disgusting. Sorry, I need to move on. Let's just get back to the quiz. What time of the day do you like most? Probably before dawn. I don't like when the sun comes out. So I guess between dusk and dawn, midnight. So I guess that's midnight. Night. Well, it's not night, it's morning. I want it to be morning before dawn, but morning is gonna be after dawn here. So, I like waking up 4 AM, 4:30, going on my walk, and then coming back. So, I guess midnight makes the most sense, but midnight makes it sound like I'm staying up till midnight, and I don't usually do that. I'm usually asleep. Well, where I'd like to be is I'd like to be asleep anywhere between, like, 6 to 8 PM and then wake up at 4 to 5 AM. You've just been invited to a potluck. Congratulations. Congratulations for being invited to a potluck. What do I bring? I don't know, like chips, maybe like I don't know what do you bring to a potluck? Invited? I'm hosting the damn thing. I'm making the main course, obviously. Bringing dessert. Everyone loves dessert, right? I guess that's like kind of the easiest thing to do. I'm not good at this, but I don't want to bring just chips because chips is like it shows that you did nothing. But like a dessert, you go to the right store. You go to like a bakery and you like order a cake. If you order something that's like actually good, like people aren't gonna be mad that you didn't make it yourself. It's like you just you gotta like put in the effort, and it's either the effort is like you are taking the hit financially or you're taking the hit like monetarily or like time wise. And I think they're both valid options. So I don't know what to bring, but on this list, I probably go for a dessert because I think it'd be easier for me to get my hands on a dessert. You've been supplied with a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker. What is the first thing you draw? Probably an Amogus. Amogus is probably. I'm not good at drawing, and I don't know. I don't. It's cool when you see like someone did a cool ass drawing in like the class before when you enter the classroom. Boy Kisser, 10 out of 10. I can't draw Boy Kisser, but like maybe if I practiced, I could. I think Amogus just makes the most sense because like that's the easiest thing to do, and it's like I guess it's not really topical anymore, but like I love seeing an Amogus. Text your best friend, partner, group chat right now. I'm serious. Ask them if you're a cat girl or a dog girl. Doesn't matter your gender. I'm 100% serious. This quiz can wait until you get a response. I guess I'll ask chat, but also, let's be real. I don't know if I need to wait for a response, huh? So chat, what do you think? Yeah, doggo? Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder. Yeah, alright, we'll move on. Amogus? Amogus with, like, shoes? The hell? His image resonates with you the most? Kinda. Oh, little cat. Tiny little cat. Tiny little cat on a fingertip. Tiny little cat. Meow. Oh, the 90s? Sorry, I just saw the 90s. The 90s just entered chat. Oh, I'm stuck between the 90s or Amogus. I kind of think the 90s. Let's go. Like I did Y2K as my aesthetic, so it kind of makes sense that I would do the 90s carpet. Part of the quiz you realize you're way too old for this? Okay. What's this? Hi, ooh, now it's Mikey's turn to ask you a question. Heh. What the hell? Michael Afton from Five Nights at Freddy's. What in God's name am I doing here? Where am I? I'm not reading all that. I'm unfollowing you on Tumblr. I'm unsubscribing. I think just what? Yeah. I'm not reading all that. See why this quiz is so long? Because there's just like a bunch of ooh questions. Like, ooh, I'm so uh I'm so funky. I'm such a weird little guy. Oh, I'm such a quirky guy. Oh, it's very uwu quirky. Wow, we're at question 41 now. Really hitting big numbers here. Tell me, dear test taker, how are you feeling right now taking this quiz? This will affect your results. Not gonna lie, it's a bit boring now. I'm probably I'm between not gonna lie, it's a bit boring now because like I'm on the edge of it becoming boring. But I'm excited to see my results. So we'll go with I'm excited, sure. And in some ways I need to like differentiate my answers from Simon, and I know Simon said Simon said they were bored, yeah. So like I had like a 50-50 between them and I was like, let's pick the one that Simon didn't. One of my favorite musicians that Jake showed you is coming to campus. Well, he will be here to see the show I'm in. that I'll be performing. Oh, no! Oh, I'm so sorry. You're not gonna be able to do it. Will it go? I'm so sorry. That's really bad timing. How do I snore based on vibes? Yes, this is the question. Okay. How do I snore based on vibes? Am I a snork me, or a honk shoe? I'm definitely not a I'm more of a me. Me. What do y'all think? What are my vibes? Me. I might just go snork me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do it. I can always go back. So if someone says, you would have said honk shoe, I'm a honk shoe. Okay. You think I'm honk shoe? No, I want to be snork me. You know you better though. Everyone's saying honk shoe. So like, I wish my vibes were snork me, but I have to maybe accept that my vibes are honk shoe. No, I'm gonna go with honk shoe then. When in public reading smut/fluff, can you? I'm not doing that. I'm not even doing that out of public. I'm not even doing that in private. Can you keep your face impassive? I mean, yeah, I could. This won't affect your result. I don't read fanfic in public. Sure, that's the answer. Which fanfic sites do you use to read on? None. I know AO3. I read some stuff, but not like any full fics or any full chapters on fanfiction.net. After I saw someone reference something from there, and I went to it to understand the reference. But I'd say I don't know what I am. I guess I'm just gonna go with fanfiction.net. You did read a bit on Tumblr before you deleted it, before Tumblr like imploded. What's your favorite animal? Maybe a dog. Ooh, a cow. I do love a cow. I love a raccoon. Foxes. Oh, snakes are here as well. Oh, there's just so many good ones. Before the porn purge, yeah. Like, what's the point of Tumblr if they're not gonna have porn? That's like literally that was what they were. They were the porn site. Like, what is my purpose? You show me porn. Oh my god. Crazy to do the Rick and Morty reference. Am I dead? I think. Oh, okay. Am I dead? Did the stream stop? Okay. So it's not okay. So it's just one. I got one guide in chat. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Uh, I mean, it's got to be between like these ones. I do love a raccoon. It's crazy that Mike stole my raccoon for Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. You pressed pause and didn't realize, and I'm here. You have a mistake on your part doesn't warn like an emergency on mine or whatever they say. I don't know. I guess we'll just do Dog Wolf. It's like it's the most here. What do you mean protective beta? This is not even true. Is this because I decided to change like my answer to get a different result to Sivan? I'm not a beta. I'm literally an alpha. This isn't true. We're doing the test again. We're doing it over until I get the one that I want. I'm not a beta. I literally did this. I actually did this quiz the other day, and I got Stoic Omega, and I was like, I'm sure I'll get Lona Alpha. Actually, what do you mean it's 100% guaranteed? No, we're going back. I refuse. My answers are 16. What do you, why am I a protective beta? I'm literally a divergent. Bringing up the divergent reference. I'm literally 16 answers for dominant alpha, 16 for aggressive omega, and 16 for protective beta. How am I a protective beta if it's like literally a tie between the three? All betas think they want to be alphas. No, I know I'm an alpha, girl. I'm an alpha. I'm a loner alpha. The score breakdown. This is literally a score breakdown telling me that like I'm literally a three-way tie in these, and out of all of these, you give me protective beta. Like that doesn't make sense. We're doing it again. We're doing the quiz again. I'm gonna do all. We're gonna do all. No, I don't want a 5 seconds of summer quiz. I want to get the right answer. Oh no, I don't want to get. I don't want to do it all again. Really. Oh, whatever. We'll speed run. Maybe I will change that one answer. Because I'm not a beta girl. It's not happening. I don't know. What did I say? I said movies and dinner. Kahoot and no, I don't need to do that. Do I pay? Of course. How do you spend your free time? It was both of these. When you play an open world game, la la la, is this, mining and farming. The same. We're gonna get the right answer this time, and I'm gonna do basically the same. You know, maybe if I did nothing different, it would give me a different answer as well, because I got 16 on 3 different ones. Find out your friends have a group chat excluding you. What do you do? Immediate violence? No. Ignore it. People can do what they want, of course. Spend the most time on YouTube or Discord, but like, let's do the same thing again. Immortality is such a beta thing to say. I really should have gone shapeshifter because like that is how I feel, but I decided to like go with the bit. You know what? No, we're just gonna do what I. Okay, this is my real self. Like my streamer persona is a beta, but my real self, that's what's gonna come through. Of course, I platonically flirt. It's not platonic anymore. I've been suffering for so long. That actually kind of makes more sense, but I don't want to change anything. Have fun trying to get the result you want. Thank you. I should have made the stream title like I will abide by the results of this poll or something. I'm actually no. It's just that like, how could it be 100% guarantee if it's going to like give me that? Like I feel like I'm not changing anything. I'm just doing the same thing again, and it's going to give me a different result. How do you handle stress? Abuse others about it. I don't really do that. That was just a stream bit. It's ignore it. I don't understand how hard I'm trying to keep your face muscles under control watching this in public. Look, it's not my fault that I'm not a beta. Make sure everyone else does their work. Dogs or cats? Dogs. I simply won't go. Wait, is it no? Just yeah, it's just a little dark lol. Literally give them the benefit of the doubt was my favorite emoticon. I don't remember which one I did, but I was doing like rapid fire mode, so I didn't actually look. Is there like the 3? Ooh, I like the 3 a lot. Oh right, I just clicked on. I don't know which one I clicked on even. Veda is told that they're a beta and freaks out. I'm literally going to ban everyone from chat. I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna like delete this stream. Start a new whole stream channel. None of you are gonna know where it is. I'm gonna start over, build a whole new audience, do this test, and then be a real like loner alpha. I like that one. What country would I move to? USA. Color is math. Green. Deleting the evidence. Do you like Andrew Tate? No. What a loser. What type of clothing do you wear most often? I don't even think I wasn't happy with this. That's actually kind of this part of like I want to look good at the grocery store is like literally like why I don't go to the grocery store is like I don't look good enough to go out. So it actually kind of feels me. Doing it. We're doing sluttiest. We're going. Favorite trope. Enemies to lovers. Arranged marriages on here? It's just enemies to lovers. Which of these fanfics do you read based on the tags? I think I only like the Flower Shop AU here. Going for public space and see someone beating up an innocent person. I join in, step in and get beat up immediately. I don't know. I don't like this question the way it's worded, but I'll just do the same thing so it doesn't change anything. But, yeah, I think that was the one I picked. Do you do if you're sick and have prior engagement? Reschedule. Someone is yelling at you. Do. I don't reply. No, I don't. Yes, I do. You're on the internet and have somehow managed to get yourself into an internet argument. I literally block them. Okay, what's your opinion on Elon Musk? Well, what did we... I think I did hell yeah, comedy is now legal on Twitter, but that's obviously not true. I was saying, like, he's not a massive loser because he's rich, but also, like, considering, like, objectively, he's probably not a loser, but, like, my opinion of him is what they're asking, not, like, me trying to be objective about, like, he can't specifically just be a loser, but, like, he kind of acts like a loser, you know what I mean? Friend comes out, how do you respond? I don't know. It's I think I already know dumbass affectionately, but that was bothering me because, like, it's, you can't just say that based on, like, someone else's identity isn't something you could just tell them, like, in real life, I wouldn't just say, "I already know." Like, if they need to say it to me and like, I need to say something nice back. I think "Thanks for telling me I'm so proud of you." Your favorite genre of television/books? Oh, I don't even like this question. What was I doing? I think I did rom-com. It might be fantasy. No, it is fantasy because I'm thinking I forgot that fantasy could also mean low fantasy. I love I love a story that takes place in the real world, but, like, there's a hidden, like, magic world. That's my stuff right there. I don't know if there's many movies or TV shows about that situation. It's usually high fantasy. Stranded on an island and could only bring one thing. What would it be? Obviously, still the Swiss Army knife. I think I'm doing mostly the same thing, but I'm not thinking too hard. Stumble upon a dead body. I still call the cops because I'm not going to prison. Because I'm scared of the law. We're doing Y2K again. Still scared of the law. Probably midnight. Oh, I'm kind of a morning guy though. No, I'm gonna go with morning because midnight does not give the energy that I have. I'm a morning person. I get everything done in the morning, and then, like, I stream, and then that's my day. You've been invited to a potluck. I said bringing dessert. Everyone likes dessert. That's still the truth. That's definitely the truth. It's still Drawn Among Us. Definitely Dog Girl. I'm still gonna go with the same thing. I'm not gonna use this as an excuse to change some of these. Uh, I still don't understand what this means. I said, not gonna lie. No, I said excited to know it is boring though. I'm a snork me. I'm not a honk shoe. I know myself better than everyone else. Public reading, smut, whatever. I don't read fanfic in public. I mean, I don't. You know, there's YouTube. I didn't even notice that last time. Probably YouTube. That's probably a better answer anyway. Dog wolf, because, like, look at me. Submissive Omega! Kill me. Over. Can I go back to being a beta, please? I'm literally tied submissive Omega and stoic Omega. What do you mean? I'm always tied, and they give me, like, the worst one. I've gotten stoic Omega twice as, like, as tied for first. The results don't lie. They're literally lying to me. Loner Alpha is right there. How could submissive Omega and Loner Alpha be one question different from each other? Public-facing beta, deep down Omega. Alright, I think the important thing to take away from this is that, like, even if you think you know who you are, the internet doesn't know you as well as you know yourself. So, like, this isn't real. None of this is real, and, I don't have to deal with this. Scientific proves that you're a submissive Omega. Whatever, girl. I just figured I would get, like, a similar result the second time I did it. And the third time I did it, I still got a different result. I've done this quiz 3 times and I've gotten 3 different results. So, like, I don't know. I don't know about this one, guys. They might need to do a 200% guaranteed, accurate Omegaverse quiz. They might need a sequel. Definitely deleting this one, because this did not go the way that I expected it. I'm literally a loner alpha, guys. I'm literally such a loner alpha. I don't need you to I don't need you to know. I don't need to prove nothing. You and I knowingly choose different answers to a quiz and get a different result. No, I did the same exact ones again. Not really. But like the fact is, like, my answers were like all tied up. The quiz tells a different story. This is You also should be supporting me in my time of need. And done the questionnaire like 700 times to get the same results as my friends. Yeah, exactly. Well, if I'd known some of the answers that I was joking about would lead me to protective beta instead of, like, my true self of loner alpha. Like, it was crazy because I had loner alpha, stoic omega, and needy beta. No, protective beta, all tied up for the first time around. And now I've got submissive omega and stoic omega tied. So I just don't think it's an accurate quiz. I don't know if I'm supposed to say help. Simon, what are you doing? Ah! Ah! What you get for not supporting me? I'm not making fun of Vegas anymore, I swear. Whatever. Look, look, I got Stoic Omega tied for first twice. I'm just taking Stoic Omega and pretending that that's all that happened. We are, like, right at the end of the stream, and I'm thinking I might just, close off, and I'm so scared of what just happened to Simon. Woo! I like how every time the software stops tracking streamer, the model just slowly assumes base position. I think it gives it a vibe, and that's why I continue to do it, because, Alright, so we can all agree that I'm definitely a stoic omega, actually. I think we can all agree. It's crazy, like, there's so many questions in this. I'm posing, yeah. However, how streamers sleep at night. It does. It's crazy that, like, there's so many questions in this quiz, but there's still no real differentiation between any of these categories. Because, like, if you look at the breakdown, every single time, like, I still had like 3 answers tied for first. So it's like, okay, you're not gonna have, like, you have this many questions, but so many of the answers are like for um like this, like, different archetypes. I just don't know if I believe if it's 100% guarantee, especially if it's just gonna roll the dice on if I'm a submissive omega or stoic omega when I get, like, the same result. think that's not true. I would have read some of these out if I actually thought that it was right. Crazy. I think I'm just gonna go. I don't know. Do we have anyone who's streaming that I should throw y'all over at? Because now I can actually get back into Twitch after what happened yesterday. That's good. I can't believe I started coming through your damn speakers, Siphon. Ah, that's already so difficult. Oh, thanks for the trauma. Now everyone's heard my voice at the bar. That's crazy. I'm losing it. It's not your fault, obviously. I know it's worse for you, but like it's nice to have some shared trauma with your friends. We're just gonna end the stream there. I'm sorry that I didn't get to play any games after I took forever to do that quiz, but it's just it's already so late in the day. I'm gonna head on off. But thanks for being here. It's been a great stream. And I'm thinking about trying anger management. Bye everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll play like a real game tomorrow after Bandle. Bye.